Hey everybody, Jeff here with the Embroidery Nerd, and today I am really excited. We have two great guests. We have Theresa, Pierre, and James Timmons from Wilcom. So they've sent me a bio here, and I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. It's on my other screen, so I'm looking that way to read it. But we have Theresa Pierre, mother, wife, Mimi, and office manager for Wilcom America. Born and raised in New York, she graduated with a business administration degree in 2004. She then moved to Atlanta, where she joined the Wilcom team as a receptionist. 17 years later, Theresa rose her way within the company, eventually becoming a pivotal member of the Wilcom America team as a present-day office manager. Through her 17 years tenure, she has learned the ins and outs of the embroidery world. She can often be referred to as the matriarch of Wilcom America, as she is involved in all aspects from sales, office management, and customer liaison relations. Today, she is proud to work with the Wilcom America team and welcome customers to the Wilcom family. And there is no secret there that she is my favorite person at Wilcom. So I'm gonna add that in there. And then we have James Timmons. So James is a professional graphic artist and embroidery digitizer. His embroidery career began in 1987 as an embroidery draftsman, cartoonist. His mentors are two of the best embroidery designers in the world. I'm not even going to pronounce those names because I'll get them wrong, I'm sure. So I'll ask you those names when we get you on screen here. The first projects James worked with were graphic images created specifically for the embroidery machine. As his career progressed, he worked his way up to digitizer, customer service consultant, and applications and market support specialist. In 1992, James became an educator in the embroidery industry. He began teaching the basics of how to program embroidery designs through embroidery software to stitch for production. He wrote manuals and articles, as well as assisting development teams in programming feature improvements for embroidery software to increase efficiency in production. He also created, managed embroidery fonts, becoming a font specialist, earning the nickname Font Man. James continued to teach his students how to create new fonts and how to use embroidery fonts via videos and conference appearances. In 1995, James started About Stitches for embroidery digitizing and graphic design. In 2004, James was introduced to the Wilcom embroidery software. He worked as a contractor using the Wilcom software and was amazed by the technology. He believed that his experience, he could serve Wilcom in a much larger capacity by consulting and training their customer base. James started to work for Wilcom in July 2005. In 2008, with the combined efforts of his esteemed colleagues, Wilcom University was formed. This provided basic and advanced online training and education to the Wilcom domestic and international customer base. James is a valued and extremely well-respected educator in the embroidery industry. He is educating a new generation of digitizers on how to create quality, production-ready embroidery designs. So I'm going to bring in Theresa and James. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. Thank you.
We're good.
All right. So my very first question is going to be for James, and it's going to be the two best designers in the world. How would you pronounce their names for me, please?
Yes. One is named Klaus Schnabel, and the other gentleman is named Georg Breckner.
There's no way I would have gotten that right, no matter how many times I would have tried. No way at all. So I'm going to start out here by bringing up a couple of comments that we have. Let me get to the top. We have Prem. I believe she purchased software from you, Theresa.
Yes, she did.
We have Miss Ramona McKee. I'm excited to be here with Wilcom. Marla Moore. Hello. We have Miranda tuning in as well. And we have Mary Ann. I'm not going to say that last name because I'm going to butcher it. I am horrible with names, so I apologize in advance. We have
Mary Ann's a long-time customer of Wilcom.
Nice. We have Frank Dunn. He's in the UK. We have Carol Wilson. Greetings and hello.
Carol.
Kathleen is watching from Pennsylvania. We have Mike Muldowney. He's in Canada. This is going to be a good one.
Mike.
I hope you're catching all the names. So we have Crystal R here. And we have Ramona here says, oh my God, faces to go with the names.
I think I've talked to her for years, and she's probably never seen my face. So, hey, Ramona.
Hello.
All right. We have Cindy King. Good afternoon. So excited to be here. I really got Chanel or Wilcom for my Chanel patch software, but since I have it, I've been learning slowly but surely. And Cindy, I believe Theresa is who we bought from too, a King's Image, Odessa, Texas. So, and we have John. Hello to my two favorite Wilcom people.
Hello.
Hey, John.
So we have quite a few people in here watching. If you guys do have questions, go ahead and drop them in. And I'm going to start off with, I guess, really, really simple because it doesn't say in your bios. So what got you into the industry? Theresa, go first.
By chance. I knew nothing about Wilcom, nothing about embroidery. I moved here from New York. And a short story is I was supposed to just be a housewife, right? My husband was working with a big major company, and we moved, and that was part of the deal to get me to move from New York, right? And I started to do that, and then he got laid off, and he turned to me and said, you gotta get a job. And I said, what? That's not part of the deal. So I went to a temp agency, and I got hired for Wilcom as a receptionist. And the rest is history. I knew nothing about embroidery. So when the lady at the temp agency told me about the company, I started searching and looking up stuff, and immediately my mind went to the machine in the mall that does nails. And so I went to the mall, and I was talking to the man about the machine and trying to find out everything. And I aced the interview, I guess, because they hired me. And the rest is history. I literally have learned everything from that day forward. Just, leaning on my coworkers, James, Clark, Maria, Selena, just leaning on them, jumping in, taking classes with James, and just growing. But that's how it started for me.
Awesome. And James, how did you get into it?
And let me add here, I started a week after she did. Wilcom.
Yep.
I graduated from the Art Institute of Atlanta in 1985, and I was working for Circuit City doing their paste up ad tabloid things, actually, with the using the cutters and things like that, doing everything manually. And I was looking for something else because I was doing the same thing every day. And being an artist, I was terribly bored. And so I went to my school, and they said that this embroidery company is looking for a cartoonist. And I'm like, cartoonist? And I've been drawing ever since I was 4 years old. And so I went there. Now, let me tell you also, in college, your professors tell you things. I was told that I'd be using a T-square and a ruler for the rest of my life. What does Klaus Schnabel tell me the first day I walk in? He said, "What is this?" I said, "This is a T-square," and he says, "Don't bring it back." And so I went there, and the rest is history. Actually, it's like I fit like a puzzle piece. Everything was, but that training was brutal. It was absolutely brutal, and they trained us just like they make their cars.
Wow.
If you did a draft, we could not sketch a draft. We had to physically draw solid lines. They would tell you that this is ugly. Do it over. Is what they would tell us.
Oh wow.
That's where it started.
So when you saw the ad for cartoonists, did you think you were going to be drawing like Calvin and Hobbes type cartoons?
I mean, I wasn't. I didn't know, because I said to myself, because the paste up design that I was doing using the Ruby Lift and all that other stuff, this was totally different. And I thought that I would just be doing maybe, I don't know, basic cartoons, nothing exact. But when they say cartoons, I say, I love to draw. So let me take a look at this. Yeah.
I know if they would have said cartoonist to me, I'd been like, ooh, cool, little sketches. They go in the newspaper.
But it's different because doing a draft for embroidery, we had to literally draw that logo 3 times. We had to take it into a dark room. We had to enlarge from the original size. We had to enlarge it 6 times the original size. Take it to a dark room and do a rough sketch of it. Then we have to come out of the dark room, erase the rough sketch, and then do a pencil drawing of it. Then we would take it to either Klaus or Georg, and they would have to okay it. Once they said good, then we had to go back to our desk and ink it in with a pen.
That's a lot of work.
Yes.
It was intense. There are several days when I left that office going on I-75 going south. I said, I'm not going back there. But there I was again the next morning, headed down 75 north going to Marietta.
And you still do it.
Yeah, I still do it.
And he loves it. And he loves it.
Yes, I do. I'm not working when I do this. I'm not working at all. And that's why I love teaching people and showing people, giving people my knowledge, telling them what I know, because I'm not working when I'm doing this. I'm not working at all.
Yeah, I know some of the people that I like to follow, they say find what you love to do and learn how to make money at it.
Absolutely. And find a teacher. Find someone with a teaching spirit. They'll give you everything that you need and more.
Absolutely. So I guess my second one, and I'm going to start with you, James, is what is your favorite aspect of working at Wilcom?
It's the my coworkers, Theresa, Mike, Clark, and Maria. When you work with people, and there's just this bond, and it's like you have, it's like a puzzle piece, and everybody works within that puzzle piece. Everybody has the thing that they do the best, and then we have to. I've learned so much working with hardware and computers just by working beside Mike Griffin, and just being alongside someone with the knowledge and the information, it makes you better. And we've been doing it for a long time, and it's just that bond is something else, and you can't beat that with anything, and it outweighs money, because you love what you do, and you just love helping people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Theresa, same question.
I'm gonna piggyback on James. I love my coworkers. It's not even coworkers, we're family. I recently just lost a little cousin, and the calls, the texts, just checking on me, while I was out last week. That's not coworkers, that's family. So I love our family here, and then I love our customers. I love our customers. I love talking to our customers, meeting our customers. I love that whole thing. That's why I said to you, I love to travel and go to shows, because whenever I can, put a face, they can put a face to it. That means everything to me. There are people who I've been with Wilcom 17 years, so a lot happened in 17 years. I lost my mom in 2013, and the amount of love I got from customers who insisted and called Wilcom and didn't hear me on the phone, and I was out, for a month, and insisted that, they get my address or my phone number or whatever it was to get in contact with me. Those things I'll never forget. That's just not customers, and these are people, if we walked past each other and didn't open my mouth, we wouldn't know who we were, So our customers, I always say we have the best. We have the best workers. Our team, we are tight. What I don't know, I can go to somebody else. What they don't know, they can go to somebody else. We all lean on each other. And I have to highlight our Wilcom America team. Myself, James, Clark Collins, everybody knows Clark. Maria Priscilla, another great one. And Maria, Clark, and James, we joke about it, but between the three of them, that's 100 years worth of experience right there, and so that's what I tell people sometimes when they, join Wilcom or they ask about our support team. That's 100 years of experience between just the three of them alone. And we have Mike in our IT department who, again, we're just learning so much stuff about computers that we don't even want to learn about, but he teaches us. My coworker, my partner, Selena, work very well together. Our administrative team, Kelly, she handles all of our invoicing and accounting stuff. We have the best boss, Greg. He's the best. So, I have to say, between our customers and our team, that's why we do it. Everything that's why I've been here 17 years, So that's what it is for me.
Awesome. And I think you guys can see the comments rolling down through here. If not, I'm going to pull up this one here from Ramona. I was 2 minutes from calling Wilcom a waste. If not for Theresa sticking with me the way she did, we ultimately figured out what the issue was with my computer. Not even a software issue. It was a hardware setup. She is amazing. So
thank you, Ramona.
You're getting love. Vilma here says that James is my favorite digitizer. Hello. I want to make sure I'm getting all the names here. We've got Louise watching from Canada. Marla, you can follow how can they follow you guys?
We have a Facebook page, Wilcom America. We have an Instagram page, Wilcom America. And then our main page is www.wilcomamerica.com. Yes. So all platforms, it would be Wilcom America.
Gotcha. And we have Adele. Hello, everyone. Hello. So recently we're talking that before we went on, guys, we were talking, you guys were saying that you're going to start returning back to in-person classes.
Yes, super excited. I think everyone has missed our in-house classes. James heads up our Atlanta one, and Maria does the Ohio one. And because of COVID, of course, everything's shut down. And so we haven't been able to offer that service. And we're looking now into starting with Atlanta first, but doing our Atlanta in-house classes here in Atlanta. So I'm working with the hotels to kind of check on meeting spaces and dates. So looking to maybe start like October-ish, maybe offer 2 classes before the end of the year. And then definitely, open back up to Ohio as well in 2022, sorry. But definitely, that was great. We would get people to come from all over. You would think because we did it in Atlanta, we did it in Ohio, in California at some point, we would only get like, the Southeast here. No, James, we had people come from all over, did we not?
Yes.
All over. I mean, and then we have people to repeat. They come back again 2 months later, come and take it again, because the second time it's a little easier. It's different.
Literally driving from Canada.
Absolutely. So we will post on the website. It still will be first come, first serve. Looking at space wise, still trying to, social distance and follow COVID rules. But we will post it on our website, wilcomamerica.com. And we will send an email blast out for the in-house classes. Now, online classes, we've never stopped. If anything, I think we've beefed up the online classes. So those are still free, and those are on our website again, wilcomamerica.com. Click on that training section and click on online training. I just added a bunch of classes actually yesterday. So you just have to register for those, and those are free for you.
As long as you purchase the software. Let's asterisk that with you need to have the software to take the classes for the software.
One of the questions is, what's your dongle number? So without a valid dongle number, you won't be able to get in.
All right. And we have a question here from Mike Muldowney. James typically comes up to the Calgary Imprint show. Does he not? It's scheduled for February next year at this point.
Yes. I should be there with Baron. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Hopefully, I'm excited. I can't wait to get back in the air, to get back to the shows in Canada. So hopefully everything will be on task, basically. So I'm ready to go.
Awesome.
Mike, I haven't done that show in Canada, but you have to plug me so they send me to Canada, because I want to come to Canada. So you have to plug it and say, send Theresa to Canada.
So for all those people that work at Wilcom that are watching now or watching in the future, I request that Theresa goes to every trade show everywhere.
Oh, gosh. I'm accepting it. I'll take it all.
Particularly the ones in like Brazil, if they're in Cancun.
Yep.
Are there any other bucket list places? Maybe you've probably already been to Australia.
I haven't.
So,
I haven't, but I'm not a fan of flying. I'm kind of scared. So anything over like 6 hours, I don't know how to do it yet. So Australia, that's a long flight. So I haven't mustered up the courage to do it yet, but I'm going to get there.
Definitely like Italy, France. I think all those trade shows, Theresa should come.
Thank you.
Mike says, that's great to hear. I just waved at James when he said hi. So I have a technical question, slightly. Carol here asks, how does suggestions to software functions get incorporated to upgrades or restore a previous function that was changed? Contact Wilcom America support.
So actually all of the suggestions and everything, we forward those over to our corporate office in Australia, to all the developers. And I always encourage our customers to do the same. Yeah. If you go to their website, wilcom.com, I believe there's a section that you can send information. At the end of the day, we're making the software for you guys. So we want to know what you want. What do you need? And I tell people, don't get discouraged if we come out with a new version and it's not in there. Yeah. It could happen, For me, James, correct me if I'm wrong, I think version 3 onto version 4 was all about what customers wanted. It really showed that you guys sent in your request, said what you wanted, and our developers listened. So I always suggest you can send them to me, I will forward them, or you can send them to Australia themselves. So we want to hear, because at the end of the day, we make it offer for you. Yeah.
Or you can send them to support too. We get some of them from support at support@wilcomamerica.com, and just type in wish list. Our developers, one thing about them that I've known working for Wilcom for so long, is they will take a look at each and every one of your suggestions, and they will take a look at it. If it's something that's going to support the masses, they will not have a problem with adding it to the program. They've been great at doing that always.
Awesome. And I know that definitely in my experience, they're there for the, I've had some of the most random stuff, and they'll still work to figure out what it is, why it's happening, and how I can get past it. So that's why Theresa is my favorite person at Wilcom, because I called her with a problem and she found the solution. And it wasn't an easy one, but she found the solution, and it was very, very helpful. So that's why she's my favorite person at Wilcom.
And I think James' class, he starts with that when he calls me, Theresa, you're my favorite person, and then we end with that. Theresa, you're my favorite person. He never forgets to tell me that. I love it. I truly do. So he starts with it, and then we end with it. So I earned that title with him, because he put what we had to do was hard work, but we got it done. So I earned the title, and I wear it. Maybe I'll get a shirt like that, Jeff. You're my favorite person.
So, Justin, if you're watching, I need you to make a shirt that says, Theresa, you're my favorite person at Wilcom. And then we need to send it to Theresa. I've just drawn the line. I didn't think I started and ended with it, but I do know I tell a lot of people that. They're like, where can I get software? I said, let me talk to Theresa. She's my favorite person at Wilcom.
But when they call me, they say that. They say, Jeff said you're his favorite person. And I'm like, yes, I know he said that. Yep, okay. Yep. That's what they tell me. Jeff said you're his favorite person. So the expectation is already up here,
I mean, I could lower the expectation, but I don't think you want that.
Look, I'm trying to go higher. Listen, can I get higher?
That's funny.
All right, so we have a question here by Robert. New to the embroidery world, where do I start? What are your suggestions?
When you're just starting out, it can be very confusing, and it can be very intimidating, because when you open up your software, that workspace looks like the cockpit of an airplane. If you're brand new, I suggest that you start with our training classes for beginners, and I take you through each of the processes, loading up the design, sizing the design, having to create the design, what you can do at that moment, because you may see a design that you want to digitize, but your skill level is not there yet. And so for some things like that, those things will have to be sent out to an experienced digitizer. And you do want to get one, preferably one that uses Wilcom, one that can send you an EMB file, and a good digitizer. And I mean, I'm not talking about somebody that can sell you something for $5, because they can load the designs with tatami stitch fills. Tatami is a stitch type in embroidery that's going to cost you the most money when you're running in production. Why? Because it stitches 200 stitches per square centimeter. Okay, that's a lot of stitches. And so again, I will start with coming to our beginner classes. If you have questions, you could always email us to support@wilcomamerica.com. We can get on your computer. We can show you some things. But those beginner classes are crucial, because it's very important not to pick up any bad habits that's going to cost you money later on.
And James, what do we tell everybody when they come to Atlanta? Don't get frustrated, right?
Don't get frustrated, because you can't think clearly when you're frustrated. And so just keep in mind, it's a process. You can't just come in and become a master digitizer. I mean, that's just not, it's not going to happen that way. And it's step by step, each and every day that you get on that software and learn how to use the software, that's going to build your confidence. Okay. And when that happens, you won't be day one when you step in there, won't be like day 30. You'll be more comfortable on day 30. And so just don't get frustrated. You can always call us and we can get on your system. We can look at your computer if we need to. And just finding the right resources right up front is crucial. You need a digitizer and the training classes, because you learn with the training classes. And even if you can't make the training classes, the time at 2:00, registering for the training classes is crucial, because if you register, I will send you a copy of the recording for that class and the class project. So there's no losing situation with that. Okay, just register. Even if you can't make it, register anyway.
Yep. And so Justin went ahead and put up the Wilcom America training link. So you guys, if you are interested in the education, that is where you can go to sign up for it. You do need to have a dongle number. And if you don't have a dongle number, I would suggest talking to Theresa and she can get you one. I'm sure. We have a question here. This one's fairly technical, and I'm just going to go ahead and guess that we're going to send this one to support@wilcomamerica.com. And let me go back to the comments and pull it up. So my son sets up all my computer stuff, but some days I go get to the shop and my software has to be loaded up again. And sometimes I have to put my machine back in Machine Manager. And that sounds like an odd issue to me, because I don't have that problem. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it before, but I think that's a good candidate for support.
Yeah, Cindy, give us a call. 877-657-7500 or 877-522-7448. We do have support available, so someone can, get in touch with you and see what's going on. Does sound a little weird.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to do that every morning when you get to the shop. So yeah, give us a call. You can talk to James, Maria, Clark, Mike. You can talk to anybody in support. They can definitely help you with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. And there we go. That one's still up there. See, I need like a class on how to run this software sometimes, because I like to leave those little notes up there. But we have Marla, who asked what's the number, and I believe you just gave those numbers. That was for support. What number do they call if they want to talk to sales?
So support was 877-522-7448. And for sales, it's 877-657-7500.
Awesome. And Michelle had a question here.
For Jeff's favorite person.
Yeah, just ask for Jeff's favorite person. You'll get Theresa.
You'll get it. You'll get me.
So Michelle has a question here. I have Melco, which came with Design Shop, but looking at Wilcom, it's a lot more user-friendly and has more education. What version do I need to start with?
Michelle, you've come to the right live this morning or this afternoon or this evening for you. we are a lot more user friendly. I think that that is probably one of the things that a lot of our customers will say. As far as what we like to call value add, those free classes, our in-house training, our YouTube channel, definitely have a lot of information. Even on our website, just like different short tips and tricks to kind of get you started or help you out. So Wilcom essentially has 4 different products. We have our basic lettering program. Then we have an editing system. Then we have our entry-level program for digitizing, which is called decorating. And then we have our top package, which is our designing program. So it really depends on what it is that you want to do. If you called me today and said, Theresa, I don't want to do any digitizing at all. I have my digitizer, but I want to be able to, make edits and add text and, be able to do that kind of stuff, then I would probably talk about an editing package. If you told me you wanted to do digitizing, just getting started, depending on where you're at, how much digitizing you want to do, we may talk about a decorating or designing package. So it really depends on what it is that you want to do. I spend a lot of time with potential customers trying to find out what you want to do so we can get you in that right package. And then, of course, with Wilcom, you always have the ability to upgrade. So if you came in on an editing side and then next year you called me and said, Theresa, you know what? I want to jump into digitizing. I want to do a little bit of that. We can upgrade you to that next level. So you never lose what you put in Wilcom. You just pay the difference to go up to that next level. But yeah, Wilcom is great. Join us. Be a part of this family. You see, we're great. I'm Jeff's favorite person.
One thing I'll add to that too is, as of right now, I don't know if they are going to be continuing this in the future, but Wilcom does take trade-ins on other software as long as it qualifies with the check marks and the smiley faces. So when you talk to them, if you have software that you're going from and going to, definitely let them know that, and they may be interested in helping you trade that in.
Absolutely. We still always take competitive trade-in. So we would take your stuff and give you our stuff. And I like to tell people, when we talk about trade-ins, you don't necessarily have to give me your trade-in right when I give you Wilcom. We can allow you 6 months. We want you to be comfortable with Wilcom before you turn in what you've been using for the last 10, 15, 5, however many days and months a year.
All right. So Sally asked, following from the UK, is it the same setup for training, support, etc.? I'm currently using Genome Digitizer version 5.5, but Wilcom is on my shopping list.
Okay, Sally, we got to check out on that list. Hit the checkout button. Our UK office, they may do things different. So each region does do things different. As far as our online training, we get a lot of UK customers, a lot of Australian customers. So for our online training, you don't have to be just a USA customer. As long as you are a valid Wilcom customer, you can take advantage of our online training. So as soon as you check out and hit the button, you can come on to our Wilcom online training.
Awesome. And I think this is going to be a good question for James. With all the different digitizing software on the market, how do you choose which one's the best for you?
I have 2 things. One, if you software has a reputation, and the people who support that software are a gold mine. And if you purchase software from me, I want the software that how fast, if I screw something up, how fast can I fix it? 2, I want support for this software. If I have a problem, I need somewhere to go and fix this problem, and I should not have to wait 6 months to get it done. Those are 2 things that on the top of my list, actually, because if you can have the best software, but if your software support staff is not good, what good is the software? If you have a problem, you can't call anybody and have them fix that problem, actually. So again, 1, if I screw something up, how fast can I fix it? 2, I want a support staff that's available, that can help me fix my issues quickly. Okay. I've been digitizing for 30, 35 years now. I've digitized on the Granola Stigma software, the DOS software from the 80s. And this software is incredible because you can do so many things fast. And when it comes to digitizing, it's not just being able to know what buttons to click actually, but lots of times what helps you with digitizing is you can copy and paste something. You can do that quicker than if you try to digitize that object also. So all of those things are just very important when you're dealing with software. But I mean, you gotta have somebody that supports that software, and you should be able to fix something that's simple. You should be able to fix it really fast. That's going to make you money in the long run.
Awesome. So I'm scrolling down the list here. Carol asks, does Wilcom have any training videos that shows problems examples like what needs to be fixed? She's looking at a picture that has damage, and you're told what bug did it. I'm not exactly sure on that one, but I know sometimes the software does weird things where like it won't render the stitches in an object, or do you have videos that show that kind of stuff, or do you just recommend that they call into support?
We have because everybody's situation, because everybody does something different with their software. There's some buttons in there are some features in your software that you never use, but believe me, somebody somewhere in the world uses that feature inside the software. So usually for something like that, because things are so, it could be something different, because the person sitting next to you could not be having any problems at all, but you're doing the same thing that they're doing, but something's going wrong. It's best to call us then, because there are just too many things possibly that can go wrong for us to go in and do a video to shed face on all of them. So it's best just to call us and find out what's going on, so that we can actually log onto your computer and we could see physically what may be going on. Is it a computer issue? Is it a software issue? Is it a digitizing issue? So it's best to call us, because there's no way that we can cover every single thing that can go wrong inside the software. There's no way we can do that. Just call us.
And that way they can definitely send you the file and you guys can actually look at the file.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ramona asks, James, this might be an easy fix. My product visualizer doesn't let me pick a garment. I want to reload, repair my Wilcom, but when I go to the add delete, it asks me if I'm sure I want to delete. Will it allow me to repair at this point?
If you have, what I would do, any adjustments that you made, if you created any new templates in your software, you always want to make a backup copy of that in your documents folder, because if you uninstall the software, you don't want to lose anything. Okay. And so, that could go either way, actually, or something like that. But if you run into that problem though, it's best to call us, because it may be something very simple, that's causing it. There's a revert option that you can click on also, but we don't know what that is because I haven't seen your computer. So sometimes it's best just to call in, have us take a look at your computer, because some things, talking about it is one thing, but getting on your PC and me seeing it visually is something totally different. So I would just call in and just speak to someone from support to find out what's going on with that, because that's weird.
Yep. So I'm going to bring this one up. Sally asks, and I dropped my card with the questions on it. Sally asks, thank you. Is my software eligible for trade-in? You can definitely call Theresa. I don't know if she has the answer right now, but you can definitely call her. She's my favorite person at Wilcom.
Give me a call, Sally. I think she said she had no call, so I think it is. But definitely give us a call and we can discuss Sally.
Yep.
Awesome. And Letty, I also encourage you to call Theresa. She's my favorite person at Wilcom. All right. And we have Cindy here. Do you have any training videos on Chanel?
I think we do. Cindy, if you shoot me an email or give me a call, I'll just write your information down. I see Cindy King.
Yep.
Cindy, where are you located? Put in the comments what state you're in, and I'll see, and I can email you some videos.
Yep.
Awesome. Do you have any classes that you teach it in, James? Because I know there's a lot of online classes scheduled recently.
Yeah. No, I don't have the Chanel class. That's something that probably Clark will probably fix, because she has the most experience using chenille. The classes that I'm teaching currently, I'm doing the fall chenille, the new method where you can go in and not use. So that's what I'm teaching now, actually. But Clark would be the one actually that would teach that chenille class, and checking online to see on our website, www.wilcomamerica.com, to see what training classes are coming up actually. And if there's a need for that training class, shoot us an email, and one of us would get that to Clark if Clark doesn't get it actually.
Yeah. And guys, I'll tell you this, for the that like specialty kind of elements which that chenille falls in under, we don't necessarily have classes posted on the website for it, just because not a lot of people have chenille machines and not a lot of people get that element. I take that back. I would say in the last 2 years, it has grown a lot that people are buying those chenille machines and adding those features. But we do more one-on-one stuff with chenille. So Cindy, we can definitely schedule a one-on-one with one of our support people, most likely Clark or even Maria, and they could show you some features with that chenille and how you work around it, and then we can record it and you can watch it at your own time. So give me a call.
It makes me smile because I've talked to both of those people before. So it's like, I know who she's talking about. I haven't seen their faces, but I know who she's talking about.
Yeah, we can do a whole Wilcom team. Just put everybody on here.
I think we can get up to like 10 people.
Really?
Oh, we should do it.
Yeah. Just so you know, Justin posted the status update there. Everybody, Teresa's Jeff's favorite person at Wilcom. So she has that title, everybody. Make her earn it. And keep it.
I think I might add that to my signature line.
It definitely needs to go in your bio.
Yeah.
Cindy says we can call Clark, but I was hoping there are some online, and I think there might be, and you guys will definitely help her out with that. We have Carol saying newsreel at 11. Hold on, let me put up the ticker. We have Jerry Lee Medeiros. Hello.
Hey, Jerry.
And Cindy, thank you, Theresa. So I'm going to move back to one of my questions. If you guys have questions, make sure you ask them so we can get them up here. But where do you see the future? What do you see as the future for digitizing software?
I think that just like right now, back in 1987, 86, 87, I was drafting cartoons. And when drafting cartoons, a strange thing happened along the way. After some time had gone by, we were told that, well, you don't have to do that anymore because now the software is automated and now the software is doing it. And so even back then, to even tell somebody that, you know what, one day we're going to have automatic digitizing done. Back in 1986, I'm like, yeah, and I got some beachfront property to sell you in Arizona. but as it progresses, more new people are getting in. Yep. And I think that the technology itself basically is going to get to the point to where I'm not claiming artificial intelligence, because when it comes to, if it gets to the point of artificial intelligence, the price of the software is going to go north. but I will say this, they're going to be more, the more input that you give us about things that you want inside the software will definitely help. Also, that's one of the main reasons why Wilcom has become the company that it is today, because of your input, because you're using this software every day. And there are things that you want to be able to happen in the software that you can send to us, that we can send to our developers. So I think things are going to get with the auto conversions. I think that it's never going to be like a human digitizer. That's not going to happen. But it will be easier for people to do things, actually. Easier ways to enhance bad artwork. Maybe that portion of it will increase also. Because if you have bad artwork, it's going to take you longer to finish something, actually. Special techniques and elements and things like that, I think, are going to increase also. Yep. And I think that it's going to have a great future. There's so many different things that are happening, actually, And from me coming from 1986, 87, seeing what has happened thus far, I mean, it's been incredible. And that's why I get so excited when I see things inside of him. Sometimes you may think, well, James is a little off or something. No, James is happy. James is like a kid in the toy store. And because James is seeing all this stuff, because I know what I used to have to do in 1986, 87. Okay, so it's going to get better. And again, more training on how to do things and how to prevent bad habits from happening in order to make you money. All that stuff is going to increase. It's going to change, and it's going to make everything else better also. But you got to be with the right company. You got to be with the right software and support, because without the support, the building won't stand.
Let me piggyback too. And, with software and, as we do shows and do different things, even like prisons are putting software in the prisons. We've sent carts to prisons to train the inmates so that when they get out, they have a trade. Schools, I mean, the amount of schools, colleges, universities, they are adding, this embroidery graphic as part of a curriculum now. So it's growing. You getting people to leave, their jobs to do this, taking over family business. I think, Jeff, I saw it in the Facebook group, your son was doing some stuff. I get so many people that will call, and especially when we're doing classes, they want to bring their teenager, because they're doing stuff, in the evening for the local schools. So yeah, this is going nowhere.
Yeah, and I'm going to tag on to that. My son, he's been digitizing for 1.5 years.
Wow.
He's 10.
Look at that. Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yes, I hear that from so many people though. I hear that from, these kids, they come out with this whole technology, I have a 3-year-old granddaughter who couldn't work an iPad. Sometimes I'm like, how does Mimi get this? Where did we see that at? How do we get back to that? And she's just like, doing these things on the iPad, So yeah, these kids, and, I'm excited to see what else will be added, and, how we'll make it for that next generation. But it's Wilcom stands on 40 years. We celebrated 40 years. They've been in business since 1979.
I know when he walked in and he said, "Dad, I kind of feel like digitizing something." That was the day my jaw hit the floor. I was like, "Okay, here."
I love it.
Absolutely.
I like it.
It's awesome.
All right. So we have a question here from Letty. Are you guys seeing a shift from pure commercial base as more hobbyists are entering the market to a base that is wanting to try new things and new techniques?
Absolutely. Yep.
No question.
Absolutely. Every day.
All right. We have Robert here with a question. Will Wilcom be present at the show in New Jersey at the end of the month?
Robert. So we actually won't be attending any shows this year, but we are going to start 2022. So we'll be at Long Beach, but we're not going to do any of the shows this year. We have been doing, I think we did maybe 2 or 3 so far, but we've been doing virtual shows during this COVID time. So we'll most likely be doing another one before the end of the year, but we won't physically be at the Atlantic City show. So you go and attend that show and play a few slots for me.
If you win money, you can send that money to Theresa. If you lose money, I'm sorry, you just lost your own money.
That's it. Jeff said it, not me.
Oh.
But we're super excited. We were talking to Jeff about that before we started. We're super excited to start back, traveling and getting into the trade show. So we will be there 2022. So for me, and Jeff and I have talked about this before, Wilcom, we only do the ISS shows, the impression shows. That's the shows that we normally do. You may see us at some of the other shows supporting some of our distributors, but mostly Wilcom is at the ISS shows. And to me, the Long Beach show is the best show of all the shows to go to. If ever a show, if you've never been to a show, the ISS Long Beach show in January is the best show. Anybody who's anybody is at the show. Your machine people, your software people, your threat people, your apparel people, everybody is there. It's a 3-day show, and you need 3 days to walk and really experience that show. So I always encourage people, if you can come to a show, try to make that show. That's a great show. Atlantic City is a really great show as well. So I think that Jeff said that's in August. So I'm excited for that show to happen as well. That's always a very nice show. And it's normally in March when it's cold in New Jersey. So August in Jersey will be very nice.
I hear August in Georgia is not nice.
No. James, didn't they used to do shows here, like some kind of bobbing show or something?
Yeah, we had. That's what I was telling Jeff earlier about the bobbing shows that we used to have. We had them at the Omni, is where they started actually, in this humongous shows. I mean, it just took up the whole building. That's how many people were there actually, and it was awesome, totally awesome. Missed that too. Missed those parties.
We got a rumor going on. Any truth in the rumor that E5 will be released soon?
Frank, we can't talk about that. You're asking really big questions. No, we don't have a release date for E5 yet. My thinking, you can't hold me to it, even though we're live and it's recorded. My thinking is we probably have another, maybe a year or so, year and a half. But don't hold me to it because I don't know. But we don't have an E5 date yet.
Yep.
If I did, I would tell you. Honestly, I would, but we don't. And what I think is, E4 has so much great stuff, that they've added to it. And, we did all these service updates. Like right now we're on 4.5.2.R2, right, James?
Yeah.
So they did something different in this version that we did, like these mini updates. So I think we do, but I'm not sure. But once we know, we'll let you know.
Yep.
There will be emails.
We'll come back on Embroidery Nerds and talk about it.
Yes. Yes, we will.
There you go. And we'll have Frank ask, and that'll be the whole show.
There you go.
So Mike here says February in Canada ain't pretty either. Just saying. You did want to go to Canada.
I know, but I just want to go just to go. Like, I'm originally from New York, and I've never been to Canada, which is crazy to me because it's right there. So and then Habib always says, Theresa, are you coming? Are you coming? And I'm like, nope, Habib, I'm not coming. Who's with Barrett in Canada? So I'll take it. I know it's those up there. James tells me all the time. Sometimes I think he got stuck up there one year. Didn't you get stuck, James? Yeah, I think he got stuck up there. But it's okay. I could be stuck for my kids for a few days, so that's okay.
But realize, I love the cold, though. I love the cold.
Not me. And I'm from New York. I don't like the cold. I think when we first started, you guys can't see it now because I moved it, but I had a heater on the side of me. And Jeff was like, you need a heater in Atlanta, Theresa? And I'm like, I'm always cold. So maybe not. Maybe I won't come to Canada. Mike, scratch that. I'm sorry. Scratch it. That's not going to work.
But you're still good for Brazil and...
Yes. All the other places, I'm there.
All the other, as long as it's a minimum temperature of 80 degrees,
I'm there.
That's the show that we're going to go to. All right. So another breaking... Where did it go? Now I can't find it. I blame Justin. There we go. Another news breaking update. Everybody knows. We have here, hopefully I win enough money to buy the program from Wilcom. I'm in Baltimore. Thank you for the information. It has been helpful. Yeah, definitely.
And Robert, we also do payment plans as well. So
yep.
Do you guys still offer the financing? Do you guys still offer the financing? I knew there for a while you guys did financing too. Yeah,
we still offer financing. So we definitely try to make it affordable. If you are ready to make that commitment and, be a part of our Wilcom family, we have different payment terms and options and things that we can work out for you. So when you're ready, just give us a call.
I definitely recommend give them a call because you can always find out what your options are and then plan for those options.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So Carol here says James was just wiping his brow. It's humid in Georgia. I hear it's horrible, and the humidity there is just not fun. Mike says, there you go. Mike says, just come up in July, bring the kids, or don't bring the kids.
Look. Alfred, look, we're a whole package deal, Mike. You got to take all of us.
Laura says, I'm there. I'm with you, Theresa. I live in cold Michigan.
Oh, gosh.
So, Mike, if the imprint show moves back to September, that's a fine time to visit, too.
Okay. Let's push for September, Mike. Let's do it. You can do it.
And Ramona, so if you aren't doing shows this week, can we call and ask for a show special on an order? That's a really good question.
That is a good question.
Are you guys having virtual show special?
So we haven't done another virtual show, but we always have something. So you can always call and say, hey, what do you got, Theresa? You know, and if they put it in the computer, guess what? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. It all depends if it's in the computer. If it's in the computer, you got it. So we do have some great promotions this month. Honestly, no joking, we really do. We've got promotions for everybody. So we got something for our older customers that need to update to the 4.5. We've got something for existing customers who maybe want to upgrade or maybe add on those elements. Everybody loves elements. So we have that. We got trade-in promotions. We got something for everybody. So just give us a call. We need an embroidery nerd special. Let me see what I could do. Letty, I like how you think. Letty. I do like that. Jeff, what's a good embroidery nerd special?
75% off.
Oh my gosh. Jeff, you know I have 2 kids going into college, but one that's a senior and one that's a freshman. What are we talking about? James has 2 kids in college.
2.
College tuition is killing me.
So 3% off whatever your current promotion is.
Losing me, Jeff. You're losing me.
I'm losing you. Oh man. I'll tell you what. Here's a great promotion.
What's the promotion, Jeff? I'm listening.
You put an extra USB drive with like 5 designs on it in the box when you mail them the new software.
That would be nice. Some free designs, you're saying?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Look, so I can always do designs. I can do fonts. We've got, different fonts that James and Clark will make for us. Mm-hmm. Embroidery nerd special.
Yep.
There you go.
Letty, wait, where's Letty on here? Letty, get her back up. Letty, the question for you is, do you have Wilcom currently? What are you using? Type it in. We need to know. Type it in the comment section, Letty.
Oh, I already
now.
I know that. She said that she had Hatch and she was looking at upgrading.
Oh, this is the time. So you're already a part of the Wilcom family. Yep. You're on the Wilcom kind of home side. You got to come over to the commercial side. And then guess what? You get the embroidery nerd special.
There you go. He's on Hatch.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
We'll fix it. They're giving you love just to remind you when you're talking about that embroidery nerd discount. You are my favorite person at Wilcom.
I love this group. I love you guys. This is good. Nobody else does it. Who else has come on the show and got this much love? Nobody. I'm just saying. So,
is there a deal on the Connect this month? The Wilcom Connect?
So, no. And let me say this about the Connects. We have not ran any kind of promotions on the Connect because we pretty much put those at cost, honestly speaking, right? So they haven't run anything. Doesn't mean that they won't ever. But we have not run anything on the Embroidery Connect. you kind of get a discount on the Connect as you buy, like once you get over 3. So if you buy 3 or more, the price comes down a little bit. The Connect start at $300 a piece, US funds. And the Connects are great. I mean, it definitely takes away your steps for the day because you don't have to do that walking back and forth to the machine. But the Connects are great and everybody loves them. And they're working. We have a list of machines that they work with and we know they work with. But sometimes I talk to customers who maybe their machine is not on the list. As long as your machine can read a USB port, we can try to make it work. If it doesn't work out for you, we can send it over to our developers team and say, hey, this person is using this. This is what's going on. But the Connects are great, but they are $300 a piece.
So what I just got out of that is you can either buy a Fitbit and count your steps, or you can buy a Connect and not make them at all.
There you go. There you go. You're going to see your step numbers coming down a little bit. You won't have as many steps if you have the Connect, but it's okay. Just move your legs under your desk. It still counts. So go like this to your arm, Because I cheat. I do this sometimes, Because I try to get at least 10,000 steps a day. So when I'm not there, I just go like this all day long. You didn't hear that from me. I know we're live, but I'm just saying.
So Laura asks, is there any, I guess, she says, can you make it compatible to Mac? Is that anything you guys are working on, is trying to get Wilcom on a Mac?
The request has been put out there. So that's above us, guys. That really is above us. In today's world, everybody's Mac, right? Jeff, do you use a Mac? No. Oh, you don't? I thought I was the only one. I don't use a Mac either. Everybody in my house uses a Mac. Even my 14-year-old son, he has a Mac. But I don't know. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
So Letty thinks we should put the Fitbit on the dog. I like how she thinks. All the steps.
Yes. Letty is really on fire.
And Carol says, James, you're making her day. Carol, I hope you have the Wilcom software. You can take his classes.
She does. She does. I know the name. She does. She has Wilcom.
There you go. Take his classes. He can make your days all day long.
So I wanted to say also on the Mac, that's what I want. On the Mac, you can run it, but you have to run it in parallels, right, James?
Boot camp.
Parallels. Boot camp. Boot camp is what they suggest. So you can run it on a Mac if you have boot camp.
But we'll have to install Windows on that Mac.
Yeah.
Before you can run it actually.
So
put up Marianne comment. She said she runs it on parallels.
You can do parallels.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you can do parallels as well.
So I'm going to drop a hint because people are talking about fonts and embroidery nerd specials. Beatsville is the name of the font. That's my font.
What is it?
Beatsville.
Oh.
That's the font we use in our logo.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's a standard Windows font too.
Beatsville, eh?
See?
Beatsville.
There you go.
James, what's your favorite font?
My favorite font is Hobo.
That's what Clark likes that one too. I've kind of got used to that one too. That's
my favorite.
Yeah. Hobo is nice.
Now that Beatsville, how's that spelled? Is that B-E-E-T or B-A-B-E-A-T?
B-E-A-T.
Okay.
Beatsville.
I'll check it out.
I like it. It goes good on a hat.
Nice. And we have over 240 fonts.
Yeah. Mike says, fonts. It seems to me that most of the Wilcom fonts are traditional or sports oriented. Not many modern fonts like seen in other things like Cricut software, etc. When someone wants their live, laugh, love, scribbly font, I have to find it and digitize it from scratch. Is that type of thing getting any attention?
That's the first time I've ever heard someone say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's so many different types of fonts. I mean, there's so many different types of fonts, and there hasn't been a mass, request for a particular type of font. But if there's one that you want to have created, the best thing to do is to send it to us. If you don't get someone else to digitize it for you, there's some really good Wilcom digitizers out there that create fonts for a living. That's all they do all day long. and that may be a best venue for you. But and I don't think they're that expensive either. So if you have the font creator, you can do them yourself. Okay, so so it would just depend. I mean, if there's a font out there, because there's lots of script fonts and things that are out there that we don't have in our package. And but if there's something that's special that you use all the time, if you don't have the font creator and you can't create it yourself, I would invest in some of these Wilcom digitizers. They're really good, and they work pretty fast also. But this Beatsville font that I'm going to take a look at. Because I haven't looked at that font. I may have seen it, but I didn't. I just went right past it. Yeah, so fonts are always going to be something that's going to be on the list.
Yeah, I mean, there's thousands and thousands of fonts out there.
Yes, there are.
Yeah,
and it's
so many fonts. You can never have enough fonts. Ever.
You can never have enough fonts, and a lot of the TrueType Windows fonts, they're not embroidery friendly. And what I mean by that is, like, when you have a TrueType Windows font and you have an embroidery font that's digitized by a human, it makes a big deal, because the person who's digitizing the font is digitizing that font in a way that it can work for various different processes. But if it's just a TrueType Windows font, it has to be bold enough. If it's not embroidery friendly, it's not going to work. Especially when you talk about automatic converting, forget about that. You're not going to do that with small lettering anyway. And that's why we have small lettering built into the software as well. But fonts are always going to be on that list. Always. Never ending.
So Vilma requests more classes on Font Creator, please, so we can learn how to use this. I believe do you have any scheduled classes coming up on Font Creator?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do.
I don't know if I put that one on yet, James. I actually just did the creativity element.
Okay.
I don't think I did the specialty, but Vilma is coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
James actually gave me a list last week. And so there is a class on that Font Creator coming. Check the website. We just posted a good amount yesterday, but I don't know if that Font Creator one is on there, but it will be.
Yep.
Awesome. And so Ramona is going to request this. So live classes, we need to have a nerd live class. Of course, there will be need to be some focus on actual learning, but it would be a blast after hours.
It would. I'm down for it.
I'm game.
There you go. We're going to start comparing schedules. And Laura asked, can you reproduce fonts from 1977? And I can tell you, if you have Font Creator, you can type out the fonts, and if you have all the letters, digitize them and save them.
Yep.
So Mike here clarifies his question just a little bit. Not a specific font exactly, just modernizing the collection, I guess, is what I'm curious about.
Yeah, what I can do is we can put in a request to our developers, and it won't be something that'll happen in version 4. But we can send them a list or send them a request for additional new fonts, more modern fonts. That we can do. But like I said, it won't be in this 4 version. No, it'll have to be in the new one that's coming up, actually, if they decide to do that. But I'll send it over.
Awesome. And we have Mike here saying, you guys are so much fun. I can't wait to hang out in person.
In Canada.
Oh, and Mike here says, I'm glad you brought up the Font Creator. I have it and use it. I find it to be exceedingly tedious and actually is the one digitizing task that hurts my hands. Do you have any? I should have read the whole question before I brought it up.
That's okay, look. That's okay. We actually have some videos on it, Mike. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, it
is. James is doing another class on it. Like I said, I didn't post it on the website yet, but I'll get it posted tonight and send you the link. But yes, but Font Creator is, I tell people making a font is not easy. No. It is something that's very tedious to do, but man, once you get it, you got it. Once you get that design done, you got it. It's yours. So it's great, but it is a little tedious. I mean, honestly, it's a little tedious, but it's tedious until you get it done. Then you have it forever.
And it's best done, if time is an issue, it's best done by just sending it out to one of our experienced digitizers. Again, they do this every day, all day long. they create fonts. That's what they do actually. And so it is another resource, another option that you have if you don't want to do it yourself, because it's tedious. And without the patience of Job, it may not be happening.
Yep.
So just so you guys know, if you are asking about the font creator and the purchase of font creator, it is an add-on to Wilcom, and you can call Theresa. What's your number again, Theresa? Your direct line, so people can get my favorite person at Wilcom.
Yep. So my direct line at Wilcom is 770-409-9513. So it's 770-409-9513.
All right. James, are you writing it down? You're gonna call it.
I'm taking notes.
Taking notes. Oh, awesome. There you go. And I'm going to bring in this one comment right here. James has the patience of Job.
He does. He does. Who said that, Jeff?
Vilma.
Vilma, yep. She must know James, yep. So I tell people he's a big guy. James is 6'4"?
6'3", 250.
Look, big guy, but he's such a big teddy bear. I promise you, he's the biggest teddy bear you'll ever meet. Teddy bear, but he's a big guy.
All right. And with that, I'm just going to go ahead. We've reached our time. We've actually went in a little bit into bonus time, and I don't want to keep you guys too much after the
We're
time.
on bonus time?
Yeah, bonus time. That's the extra 12 minutes we've been live. We call that bonus time. We're
look,
bonus time.
See? Who else gets bonus time? This is us. This is Wilcom. This is what I'm talking about. You guys have been amazing. And let me say this. Jeff called me. How long have we posted? Were we supposed to do this, Jeff? Months? I know.
Well, I've been bugging you since the second time I talked to you on the phone.
Yeah, he's like, Theresa. I said, Jeff, no, I don't do that. I don't like to talk in front of people. You would never know, but I really don't. And then I said, okay. And then I said, no. And then I said, okay. And look, we're here today. And let me tell you, I had an amazing time with you guys. Look, when can we come back? When can we come back?
Whenever you guys want to.
Yeah, we'll bring different people from the group so that you guys can put, faces with the names, Yep. We'll bring Maria and Selena next time. And then we can do Park and Mike. And, we're just making a whole Wilcom embroidery. Wilcom meets embroidery nerds. I like it. Embroidery nerds meets Wilcom.
There you go. We can have up to 10 people at a time. That's our hard limit.
I like it. You guys got to come back though. You guys have to come back. Carol, Vilma, Mike. What's the other guy named Randy, Sally? Who else is on here with us, Mike? All of y'all come back.
It's great that you guys can see that list of comments strolling in too.
Absolutely.
So with that, I'd really like to thank you guys for coming. I've been looking forward to having Theresa here for a really long time, and I'm really glad that James could make it with you. It's been a lot of fun the last hour and 15 minutes, and I could probably go for another hour and 15 minutes, but I know you guys are busy people. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
We thank you guys. We thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Jeff, thank you. I want to say, Jeff, thank you to you for just being that Wilcom supporter. I know I'm your favorite person, right? And, I appreciate when the phone rings and somebody's on the other end that tells me, that Jeff said, you're his favorite person and you'll be able to get me what I need, that you put that much trust in me and, all of our customers. I truly love it. I don't take it for granted. I joke a lot, but I appreciate you guys. I go hard for each and every one of you. If it's something that I can do, I will make sure it can be done. And that's anybody here on our Wilcom America team. That's anybody on our Wilcom team. We always go above and beyond, not just for, the Jeffs of the world, for everybody who is a part of what we say to our Wilcom family. A lot of times when I close a sale with someone, I'll end it with welcome to our Wilcom family. And that means a lot to us because we understand that there are different softwares out there and there's other choices and you chose us, so we appreciate it and we're excited to have you a part of our family.
And don't forget, when you call us, don't ever say that I know that you're busy or think that you're bothering us or in any way, because that's just not the way that we see it. The way that we see it is that we need each other, and we're here for you. And so if there's anything that we can do to assist, to help, call us. Don't ever think that you're bothering us, because that's not the way that we see it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, with that, you can, if you're interested in purchasing Wilcom software, you can reach out to Theresa. She can definitely help you with that. Drop her to the name that she is Jeff's favorite person. And it'll at least make her smile. If she doesn't give you a better deal, at least you made her smile for the day. And then you can reach out to James for the training classes. James is teaching those online.
Yes.
I don't have the link up right now, but I wish I did. I'd post that in the chat, and we can always put that in the links later. That you can reach out and you can watch, as long as you have the Wilcom software, you can watch those classes. You can attend them live and ask your questions, and even if you can't, sign up for them and you can get the recording.
And we're doing about 15 to 20 classes a month, so just all over the place.
There you go. And with that, everybody, coming up for the Embroidery Nerd, we have later this month, we're going to have Lee Caraselli teaching a class on blending and shading. We're going to be starting to advertise that here pretty soon. We'll be going to Fort Worth show, me and all the other admins at the Embroidery Nerd, and maybe we can bribe Wilcom. I don't think we'll be able to, but we could try to get them there. So with that, everybody, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us. I'd like to thank Theresa and James again. Everybody, you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. Take care.